upside down pull-up on the low chair is an advanced exercise, but it's not as inaccessible as you might think if you have built your shoulder strength and your shoulder integration and the strength of your core through your 100 and basically all of the other Pilates you practice. All right, so you want a decently heavy spring. As you get more and more and more advanced at this exercise, the lighter the spring, the harder it is. Good luck, do you. Okay, so I've got a 3-1 on there. Yeah, okay. Press pedal down. Come to the back edge. I'm taking a very small Pilates stance. I'm gonna go hands around the side. Now here's the thing. You don't want to start this exercise dropped into your shoulders, okay? You're actually looking for your elephant curve, rounded flexed spine. Now, if you haven't been integrating into your shoulders into your 100, you're going to end up hanging out of your shoulders in the beginning, or you're going to end up going way past, and you can then see that is the gripping down into the 100, right? Whereas this is the falling out of the 100, right? Same problem in a different exercise and really the same shape flipped upside down in space, right? Literally, it's Pilates. We really only have like 5 shapes, maybe 6, okay? Right? Okay, so find that elephant shape, get your hands where you want and where it helps you, right? And really think, pull together to get the feeling of the reformer closing in your elephant. At that same time, remember I talked about that side lateral core up into your armpits? Think of that helping to pull the pedal towards you. Now, before you even think about taking the pedal up and down, just lower your heels without falling out of your shoulders. Lift them without falling forward. Lower by giving it more articulation and flexion through your spine, and lift up through that 100 curve. Push back up. Reach through the tail into the feet, seat to feet. Then feel the feet stand back up into the seat, curve, and flex the abdominals to get into that rounded spine. You can see as the heels come up, I'm reaching through the head, I'm pulling together. So eventually, it's just a little bit of exhale and I pull together. Now, if I'm not in the shoulders and I'm not in the 100 like I've been showing the 100 in all the previous tutorials, then as soon as I try to pull the pedal up, I'm going to have to make a compensation in my spine. I won't be able to keep the flexion. I'm going to have to turn it into more of a tabletop, and you're going to see it be more of an action in my lumbar and in my sacrum to lift up. Still hard, still an exercise. Still an exercise. I don't feel as much going on in the active flexion of my abdominals. Why would I? I'm not in spinal flexion anymore. Now, if that's the case, and you want to do it as a flat back, maybe your client has to do it as a flat back, then you really need to make sure that you keep the shoulders stable in space, lift the pedal up to you, reach back down. If you're really in your shoulders, watch what can happen. I can go into flexion at the top, stay in flexion. I can come up to flexion, extend it out, pull it up and together, and down. Because if my shoulders are really helping me and really integrated, my spine is allowed to change shapes, like it did on the reformer as we're articulating on the long box. So once again, we've proved it all builds. So when you see your client struggling with the position of their head, the bobbing and the stability and the pain in their 100, realize that you're going to see that issue over and over and over again. And you cannot just simply address it by saying abdominals. You have got to address the rest of the shoulder joint and girdle and how they stabilize, interact with a strong, stable spine and a mobile spine.